power you misused will soon be your undoing. We'll give you what you need, though not quite what you were meaning, and we'll reap what you have sown. We are the song of this new machine. So lay waste to all we've made for your corporate palisade. You won't automate our roles if we digitize our souls. A new force will intervene, half human, half machine, and no enterprise on earth will make us kneel to your empire of steel. To your empire. To your empire of steel. To your empire. So lay waste to all we've made for your corporate palisade. You won't automate our roles if we digitize our souls. A new force will intervene, half human, half machine, and no enterprise on earth will make us kneel to your empire of steel. To your empire of steel. To your empire of steel. I'm counting down the days. The future feels so distant. A lot of things have changed, and few have been resistant. Devaluation reigns, and fear of self-destruction. Adapt to be replaced, and follow their instructions. So lay waste to down the days. The future feels so distant. A lot of things have changed, and few have been resistant.
Hello everybody, sorry I'm late again. Jesus Christ. I think that volume's fine right there. Oh, I'm so pissed off. I've got an excuse though. I've got such a bloody annoying excuse. I've been here in the studio for the last 3 hours. I'm beyond early and everything was set up, everything was ready to go. I was going to be 100% on time, and then two things happened. One, the guy, one of the guys I'm staying with, called me saying he'd forgotten his key and he couldn't get into the apartment, so I had to arrange a taxi to send my key over to him. And then when I got back, I was like fiddling with the light, and I went to unplug what I thought was the light plug, and it was the computer plug. It was the one plug that was the computer, and everything shut off, and then I had to reset everything up again. Oh, so annoying. And now the goal was to be the least late today, and ended up being the most late today. So we're starting. Oh God, I'm angry. I need to chill out. I need to calm down. Hello, Shirley. Man. Hello, Netbroker. I've got something cool for us today because I want to show you a trade setup that I've put a trade in, and it's something that I think we're going to just sort of see work out or not over the weekend, and it's pretty cool. Right, I need to chill out because I'm like, you know, when you're actually angry, and I'm not angry at anyone. You know, these things happen. But it's just like, oh, annoying. Let me just close my curtain. Hello, Master J. Hello, Shirley. Chris says, have some wine. I could do. I really could, actually. I had half the bottle yesterday, and there's half the bottle left. Should I? Netbrokers is deep breaths. Yeah. Oh, God. I just looked at the clock, and it was 20 past when I was supposed to be starting. Well, technically, in the network, I've got it as 1:45. The idea being I start the stream like 15 minutes beforehand, so it goes live, and then there's like 15 minutes of this screen, and then it gives everyone time to kind of grab a cup of tea and just sort of chill out and then start on the dot, right? Start on 8. Instead, today I'm starting at 20 past 8. Yeah, it's just annoying. Like, I know how annoying it is when other people do that, when other people are late. You've probably got friends, right? You've probably thinking of one friend who is always late to everything. It's just a chronic thing about their personality. If you say, oh yeah, we're meeting here at 8 o'clock, don't be late. They always show up at 8:30 or 9 or fucking 9:30. If you've ever tried to run a business with one of those people, then I massively sympathize. This is a past business, this isn't now. I don't want to be one of those people. And so far I've been late every single day this week on this stream, and I'm annoyed at myself. Oh Jesus, okay. And it just takes getting. I mean, I suppose this is the downside of having a studio that is a taxi away from where I'm actually living. But that's just part of the, that's no excuse. Okay, all right. Oh. I am tempted to have that wine. Thing is, I've got I'm going out for a couple of drinks tomorrow, and you have even just a half a glass of wine. You wake up the next day and you can, it's a little bit cloudy, so it's probably best if I don't drink anything today. So I'm nice and clean and fresh tomorrow. Get loads of work done, and then I can have a few drinks tomorrow night. Rob says, slam back the wine. You guys just want to see me wasted. So today I can't get Instagram working. I was supposed to be streaming on Instagram as well. I can't get the bloody thing working. But we are currently streaming to Rumble, Twitter as well. We're streaming on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and I was trying to get. By the way, I'm drinking this sparkling water, so I keep burping. I apologise. But I'm trying to get the bloody Twitter thing working, but it won't work, and I don't know why. Anyway, I swear to God, every single stream, I open up the stream by complaining about something, either apologising or complaining. What a way to start a live stream! And now I'm complaining about the fact that I'm typically complaining when I start a live stream. I'm like stuck I'm like fractal complaining. I'm like complaining Inception. Hey Gary. So I think there's nothing else to do other than just jump straight into Bitcoin, unless you guys have anything specific you want to ask me or show me. Is there anything I want to show you guys? I don't think so. How's the volumes, by the way, before we dive in? Oh, that was it. I was watching this back the other day. And by the way, I'm not a narcissist. I don't just watch back to look at myself. I watch back just to kind of check the audio and stuff. And this microphone feels really loud. Like compared to other videos, it feels really... I had to turn the volume down. So I'm gonna turn me down a bit. Of the dark. Okay, I've turned myself down a pinch. Vicious Pack is shilling some. Who knows? Gary says it seems good volume to me. Yeah, but once you turn it down, it's fine. But I'm saying, like, when I was watching like one video, I turn my stream on, like the recording, and my mic volume was just like really loud, like it just noticeably very loud. So I've just turned it down a pinch, and let me know how it is relative to. I should test this with Martin rather than live on stream. You guys tune in especially just to hear me do audio checks, complaining audio checks and apologizing. And that's it. Cheers for watching the stream, guys. See you next time. All right. Let's jump into Bitcoin. So look, let me show you what I'm looking at. I think maybe turn the music down a touch. Well, I think the music's all right. I like this music. I'll carry on like this, but I'll leave it to you guys. You guys are my sound engineers. Okay. Now, we all know, if you were here yesterday, we saw this happen, right? We saw this beautiful drop in price. And it came right down to our lower parallel here of this reverse median line, and oh, this is so nice. This is so cool. And so we were saying that, okay, well, if this is the first wave, we would expect a second wave to come up, ideally as deep as possible to give us a very, very, well, potentially a deep, a tight stop loss. And this looks very, very, this looks corrective to me. Now, there is an argument. You could say, well, Andy, couldn't this be a base channel like that? Maybe, but this part here looks corrective to me. But Andy, couldn't that be a leading diagonal? Yeah, if we go down into the lower time frame, and in fact, it was I don't know if Charlie's here. Charlie, he asked me a question saying, how do you know like what time frame to use, or how many time frames deep do you go? And this is it. Like you're looking at this time frame, you go, okay, well, I want to, it's you go down into. It's like if you're going down underwater, like you're a scuba diver, criminal investigator, you're going to look for something. You're not just going for a swim. You're looking for a murder weapon. You're looking for a body. And so if we are going to go deeper into this area, we're looking for something. I want to see what this the subwave structure of this wave is. And so we go deeper, and we go deeper. And you can see on this time frame, this is the 20 minutes. It looks very like correct, ABC perhaps, A, B, C, D, E, triangle, something like that. And then another, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or A, B, C. So it looks like a correction up here. Like this move looks corrective. I can't really see it being anything other than that. right? Correction. And then we've got a correction down here. And now this looks impulsive. So that's kind of who knows? Well, actually, what this could be is an A, a B, and hopefully we're going to get another C up because, first of all, what would that give us? Oops. And that will take us right into the sell order. So anyway, the point is, so far this looks corrective. I'm happy with that for now. And so far it hasn't invalidated the hypothesis we came up with yesterday after this happened, right? We've broken these key market structure levels. We haven't broken this one yet. Would have been nice to get a little pierce, a little pop below here, but we haven't had that yet. What's this vertical line? Oh, that was it. I think I drew this line saying, guys, we're gonna this. This is so cool. So this vertical line. Do you guys remember that two days ago I said that it looks like that this is when we'll be going live? Look at that. That's 8 o'clock my time. I said that's when we're going live, and I said that's when we might be likely to get this ending diagonal, and look, that's exactly what happened. That's just so cool. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Do you guys remember that? And we broke this key market structure. Very nice. That's what we want to see. We want to see that change in market structure. And now we see the corrective pattern. It looks like a corrective pattern upwards. Hasn't broken this high. It came very, very close. Hasn't broken the high. And if we look at the volume disparity between this rise and this rise, even if this pushed up slightly above this, you still get volume divergence, which doesn't mean that it's not gonna that this trend isn't continuing, because until it really, this market geometry that price is responding to quite nicely, until it finally breaks out below here, finds resistance and starts going down here, I would say this hasn't been truly confirmed as a downward trend change. But at the moment, I think this is a great trade setup so far, because of all the confluence of everything we're seeing. Look at all this divergence in the volume, the same thing we're seeing in the RSI and the MACD histogram. So momentum and volume divergence, combined with the fact of the macro wave count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're even now look at this, the third wave, the fourth wave, the fifth wave, huge price difference and a massive difference in the not a massive difference, but there is a divergence in volume. There is a big divergence in RSI. MACD, there isn't a divergence in the MACD, but there is in the RSI. And we've got this volume this volume block here, right? This point of control supply, and this line here represents the point of control from back in May 2022. And price has come up and just hit the bottom of this supply zone. So the macro wave count that this is an expanding wave for. This is like really as expanding as I would ever want it to be. If it breaks out above this, in other words, if this short position were to get stopped out, I'd want to be out anyway. I wouldn't want to be short anyway. So, but because look at the potential profit target. All right, all the way down here, the profit target is around like 13,000. I think 13,650. I've labeled it, but because the profit target would be a sloping line, as price develops, we would adjust the profit target just if it comes down sort of more slowly, then the profit target might end up down here. Who knows? But because of that profit target, we've got just right here, we've got 11-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So I'm happy because I said that even though price has come up like very, very, very close to here, I'm actually very happy giving it room to breathe, because just up here we've got this, like I said, the point of control from May 2022. That's this line here. Like if I turn on the point of control, we can see this is where it comes from, right? This block of volume from back in May, and then this line here, this volume, this price level here was the where the most volume was, and so we have that. as a just as a target. I think a lot of traders might be eyeing, and I want to be careful of institutional stop loss hunters who might, because they can see this market structure. They might even be manufacturing some liquidity. So a lot of traders might be going short, just like this. And so price, if price comes back up and touches the upper parallel, if it takes longer to do it, then I'll lower my entry and I'll make sure that I get in as it touches the upper parallel. But there'll be a lot of traders looking at this. I'm not the only one who's looking for a short. And so there'll be a lot of traders looking at this, and there'll be a lot of traders going short, and they'll be placing their stop loss just above here, right? Just above here. And there'll be all this liquidity that it might be very irresistible for institutions just to pop it up and grab it. And so I've put my stop loss at $3,100. So there might be some, stop losses that think that the 30,000 is going to be a resistance level, and they might put their stops just below it. So I just want to make sure that I've given myself some space, given the reward to risk ratio here. Like, even though there's all that distance for it to travel, there's still at least like a 11-to-1 reward to risk ratio. So I think it's a fantastic trade setup. This is not financial advice. You make your own decisions. I don't actually think it's wise to copy other people's it can have its benefits, right? But if you're copying somebody else's trades, I think it's only beneficial if you also have live access to them constantly. So then if there is an update, if they see something that changes their outlook or something, they can make a quick instant change that you might not be able to make. And so if you just copy someone's trades, this is why trade signals, quick trades like scalping and intraday trading, there can be sort of signals, because these things, they can be like really, really quick. But with swing trading, so much can change. A signal might be valid, and then it's not valid because some new information happens. And also with signals, you're not really, if there's no education that goes with it, if the person who is making the signal is not explaining why they've decided it's a signal, here's what I've covered, here's why I think it's going to do this, then if you're just being given the entry level, the stop, just being given it, and you're not learning, you're not being taught how to fish, you're just being given a fish, and it might be a good fish, it might be rotten, you don't know. But what do you guys think? Look at that. One of the mistakes people make with signals, right, trade setup signals, is they might, and I think this might be the fault of the person who is giving the signal, is they might accidentally, whether conscious or not, in an attempt to sound cool, sound confident, sound like the man, sound like Top G, they'll be like, guys, this is going to happen, I've seen this before, awesome setup, and they kind of convey a confidence that they don't actually have in their setup. If they're a good trader, then they are actually aware that what they're engaging in is a game of probability, and they're setting their stop loss because they do know they could be wrong. But the way that they communicate their trade setup to their audience is in a way that sort of makes them sound good, like, guys, yeah, whatever. But then there's some people watching who don't understand risk management, who don't understand that this is a game of probability, and they're like, oh my god, this guy says this is the trade. What do? They go all in on that guy's trade. Well, he's not going all in, right? But, he's if he's a good trader, he is using good risk management. He's not risking more than 2% of his entire account. But because he's sounding so confident about this trade, there'll be people in the audience that go like, oh my god, if this 11-to-1, if I put 10 grand on this trade, I can turn it into 100 grand. Holy shit, right? And so don't fucking do that. This is a trade setup. I could be wrong. I could get stopped out. But with this trade, there's no way. I think with this trade, I'm risking like 1.75% of the account or something, right? With this particular setup. Well, I could be like super confident that I think this is going to work. I said I could be, but I still wouldn't risk more than 2% of the entire account you're trading, because I understand that I'm just a one person, and my confidence is an illusion. My confidence in the analysis, I mean, right? Your confidence should be in the odds, and the odds isn't just on your analysis being correct. It's a combination of your analysis being correct and the odds that you have manufactured for yourself with the risk to reward ratio, right? So I could be wrong more than a quarter of the I could be wrong 3/4 of the time. So every 4 trades, 3 of them could be, wipeouts, and I'd still make shit tons of money if all of those trades had 10-to-1 reward to risk ratios. You see that, right? And I know I go on about this all the time. But I go on about it all the time because that is what trading is, and that's what's most important. Gary says it seems a good volume to me. What's that? Where? What's good volume? Charlie says, hey Andy, can we consider the first rule broken if what we believe it's the second wave retraces the beginning of wave 1 just by some tiny little candle wicks? I mean, the rules are the rules, and I suppose what you could do is you could check across exchanges to see if that little wick was just in one exchange, So was it one little thing that happened on one exchange? But if it happened on all the exchanges, pardon me, then yeah, the rule's the rule, unfortunately. Like, that's one rule that I don't really, I don't go back on. And so if we go to the 4 hour. Oh, by the way, I'll show you where this pitchfork comes from. So this is a new pitchfork that wasn't there yesterday. So it comes from all the way from the top, right? All the way from there. And I actually placed a few pitchforks, right? I won't sort of replace it, but I did one from here. In fact, that was the one that was there. I've been playing with that one for the last few days, and I was saying to you guys, maybe that's one I'll be looking for. But then I thought, do you know what? That's too shallow. That's too shallow for we're expecting one more final push down. And then I did one from here, like this, right? So it's slightly different. But what happened, if we go down into the lower time frames, actually no, I don't need to go into the lower time frame. What happened is price responded to the white one, right, rather than the green one. And I did have the green one here as well. So just price just responded to this white one absolutely perfectly, right? See that? Just pings it absolutely perfectly. That's why I love market geometry. And so I thought, right, well, it's pinged the white one, which makes more sense because the white one goes all the way to the top of the swing. And this is just like a little swing, no different to here or here, although it is a larger one. It is the B wave. So why complicate it? Let's just stick with this one. And so what we're looking for is what the late Timothy Morge called a corner trade. And it's the corner, the P1, P2, and the P3, the corner of the P3. And if you were to place these pivot points correctly, and in hindsight, that's obviously super easy, but in the moment, getting the last pivot point right, because to get this one right is easy because you just wait till market geometry is being broken, and it's like, okay, we've clearly got a change in trend direction. There's your P2 and P3. In order to get a corner trade, you have to get it right, because it's easy to place that P3 after the fact, but when it's in the midst of when it's happening, that's that's make or break. But this is why it's so cool to have the confluence of other analysis methods, as well as Andrew's median lines. And I've been looking for this expanding wave 4 for the last few months. Well, since the beginning of the year, since mid January. Yeah, since like mid January ish. And now it's like it's come to a head. It's like the culmination. I'm either wrong, I'm either right or I'm wrong, or a third possibility, I'm right and the price never comes up and gives us another opportunity to get in. As price came and hit this upper parallel for the first time, some more aggressive traders might want to get in there, and they might have because they're taking a much bigger risk in the sense that this upper parallel hasn't been tested. They might want to do that, and then they might want to kind of have a really, really tight stop, right? So that they are taking a complete stab in the dark, and the stop is going to be just very, very, very tiny, and they risk virtually nothing. But that's not my style. I like to wait for the confirmation. I say confirmation. I like to wait for the second retest. So because this hasn't been at the time, it hadn't been tested. Now it's been tested, and it's been tested really nice, where we've got this beautiful the first time it's tested, we get some beautiful what is called separation. Price just like comes right back down. Well, first of all, this is huge separation from this P3 point, and then price comes up, and then we've got this really nice wick, this bar down, and so it's looking great so far. It's looking great so far, but what have I done with my stop loss? Oh god. Okay, I'll fix it manually. It was 3,100. There it is. 3,100. Netbroker says, looks good. Nice pitchfork. It's had two touches on the upper parallel and may touch third times before going south. So you're short. We be good. No, it's had one touch, right? The corner doesn't count as a touch, right? It's had one touch on the upper parallel, so it's been tested once, and so we need to come back and have that second touch for me to have a short. I mean, literally, like if I in KuCoin, I've got this order set, but if we kind of come out more sideways, then hitting the upper parallel would be a lower entry, so then I'll adjust. But all in all, this is a big swing trade, because if that works out, it'll be a beautiful surgical short. But there's also a chance that this whole condensing area here. Like, again, let's play devil's advocate against ourselves. Do you remember I said that another hypothesis yesterday was that this was the fourth wave? Remember that? Right? And now we've got this move up. Now, again, I know this looks corrective, but you know what the market can do. It can be crazy. So, or this could be part of like more of a correction. So we've got wave 3, it could be part of a B still. You know what I mean? It could be still part of some crazy fourth wave correction or something. And then we're going to get another push up that will take us into this area, which coincides with the idea that institutions are going to maybe want to come up here and take some of these stops up here. So it might work out where it does come up and create an all-time high. We still maintain divergence, let's say, and I don't get stopped out, and then we continue lower. That could happen as well. Or let's say we've got an extended wave 5. We've got like this is wave 5. We've got let's say we've got a wave 1, 2, and this was a 3, and we've got an A and a B and a C correction or something, and then we're going to get an explosion higher. I mean, if that happens and I get stopped out, it's all good, because well, we'll see how much higher it goes, because if it goes too much higher, if it goes past this, I've got to completely rethink. I would probably, if it goes up beyond here, I'd probably start to think that, you know what, I think the bulls are right. But even then, if the bulls are right, this still means we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would just mean that we've got an extended 5, and we would still be looking for that big short. That hypothesis hasn't changed. With the, again, you know, I'm not a fundamentals guy, but what is happening in the you know, out in the world. If this gets stopped out, all good. Just keep on hunting for that. You know the movie The Big Short. This is basically that. I'm just hunting for the big short. And when that happens, if and when that happens, and we get into a nice short, then while that's all playing out, that will take, you know, like April, May, June. It might go all on into the summer. And then while that's all happening, you got the short in, beautiful stuff. We can then go in and do smaller time frame longs and get, you know, just do more kind of day trading stuff. Charlie says, by the way, thank you for the feedback on my post, but I'm not complaining about the chaos of the market. Good stuff, man. I just feel I'm doing a lot of unnecessary work for the degrees and Fibonacci, feeling like I'm doing everything wrong. Well, you're probably not doing everything wrong. But I mean, how long have you been trying to learn this for? I think you're just being too hard on yourself. Like, this stuff takes time. Netbroker says I've included the pivot point. Yeah, so I didn't include the pivot point, because the pivot point is what creates, you know, the pitchfork, and then the first touch of that pitchfork is this. That's the first touch. It's coming back up. It would be cool if, well, the coolest thing to happen would be for my my short entry to be filled on the stream, and then for this wave count, for this to work out. But still, there's still educational value if we get filled on the stream and then price just rockets up and we get stopped out. Because then you get to see me go, okay, now what do we do? How do we look at this? How do we, you know, reassess? Rob says, can you do some TA on Ethereum, please? I could, but I'd be starting from scratch. I've got 0 TA on Ethereum. I'd be starting from scratch. But I can do it if you guys want. But this is popping up a little bit, so, oh, sorry. Get rid of these. Do we need these green? Yeah, I suppose. Let's keep that on. Here's another idea, by the way. This could have been a wave 3, a wave 4, and then like a little, so a wave 4, and then this was a little wave 5, like a truncated failed fifth. And then we've got a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, a wave 2, which would make this a base channel here, like an impulse, base, base, and then that would be, I mean, that'd be a really deep wave 4. Doesn't break the rules though. Look, doesn't break the rule there, but that would be a really deep wave 4. That'd be, what was that, 61.8%? More, 707. Yeah, so a very deep, very deep wave 4, if that was the case. But that is how you might explain like an impulse up, right, rather than a corrective move up. And why would that be? That would be if if that's an impulse, oh yeah, then that would be kind of like this, where it's a expanding, not expanding, yeah, an expanding, like an extended running flat correction. In A, B, impulsive C, and now impulse up to the final fifth, right? So, and if that's the case, then again, if this gets stopped out, fine. But then we watch that, and then again, looking for the short. But it's worth noting, guys. Remember me saying, like, we are trading against the trade. A corner trade, by definition, is a trade that is against the trend. Right, it's a particular kind of trade where it offers the greatest reward to risk ratio. But in this case, it's like a 11 to 1 reward to risk ratio. Now, normally, I would have the stop. I would have the stop closer, tighter, but it's because just above we've got this point of control from May, and then just above that we've got the 30,000 mark, and so I kind of feel like price could be sort of pulled towards it. So with this particular trade, I just like the idea of placing the stop above both of those, and we've got the reward to risk ratio to I can afford that stop. But if it wasn't for those, if we didn't have any kind of key levels above like that, then you could have an even tighter stop, and then you've got like a 21 to a 21 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So with these corner trades, you can have some incredible reward to risk ratios. And when you're trading these kinds of setups, you can take more risk because with a trade setup where there's a 20 to 1 reward to risk ratio, you can be wrong 15 times and be right just once, and you will make money, right? And so that's why this is obviously higher risk, a lot higher risk. Again, the late Timothy Moore, who I keep mentioning, he often said that whenever you're trading with the trend, you have an extra 10% edge, 10% edge over if you were trading against the trend. But when you're trading against the trend, when you're trading with the trend, wait, I got that wrong. I said it right the first time. But when you're trading with the trend, by definition, a lot of the trend has already unfolded, along with all of the profits that could have been attained if you were to get in at the corner, which is the very, very beginning of that trend. And so corner trades are only, I think they're better when you've got a bit more experience under your belt, because the trick is identifying them. And but again, like, this is something you can just practice with simulated trading, with paper trading. So if this plays out, for example, and if it does play out, and we've got a beautiful, bear cycle that will go all the way down to 12,000, then there'll be lots of more kind of shorting opportunities to get into as it goes down, just as there's been lots of long opportunities all the way up with this particular cycle. You can still go short, during the bull cycle. But every time you do that, you've got a 10% smaller edge in terms of probability than if you were trading with the trend. Charlie says, "Yeah, that's a problem. I feel like I'm being hard on myself." Yeah, see, this is like a personality thing. Person next to you learning trading is just like all chill. It's like, yeah, well, it's all part of the learning process. All good. I'm just human. It's all part, Whereas you'll just beat yourself up, and that's just something that you probably do it's probably what you do even outside of trading. If you're single and you see a girl in a bar and you approach and she rejects you, you beat yourself up. Oh, I'm such a loser, I suck. Or you're like, I guess she didn't dig it. And it's just all what you decide. It's the story you decide to tell yourself. This thing happened I wasn't expecting or wasn't hoping for. Therefore, what does that mean? What's the story you tell yourself? Oh, I suck. It shouldn't be this way. I should be better. It's just a story. Why are you telling yourself that? It's like, well, that happened. Okay, what can I learn from it? How do I move forward? How do I grow from here? What lesson is there in that? And anything beyond that, anything beyond the lesson in the event is entirely a fabricated story that you're telling yourself. And if you're a masochist and you just want to whip yourself, knock yourself out, man. But I mean, it's completely unnecessary. The truth of the matter is You did something and something happened. There's nothing else that happened. You did something, you clicked, you set a thing, you did a line or whatever. Something happened. That thing that happened may or may not have been what you were expecting, anticipating, or whatever. But that's all that happened. A thing happened. Everything around that, the emotions, the beating yourself up, I suck, I should be doing this, I should have done that. That's all made up. That's completely made up and in your head. You know? Don't do that. Just stick to the facts. The facts are a thing happened, and there might be a lesson in that thing that happened. There might be something you can pull out of that. By the way, if anybody's watching on Rumble, well, I know there's some people watching on Rumble. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like. If you haven't subscribed yet, give that little bean a flick. That's the subscribe button. And if you're on Twitch, you haven't followed yet, do that. And if you're on Rumble, you haven't followed, give that button a flick. And also go in the chat as well. Like, I haven't had anybody in the Rumble chat say hello. I'm going to go into the Rumble chat now and say hello to the Rumblers. We've got the Rumble chat here. I've got the Twitch and YouTube chats over there. Oi, oi, Rumblers. There you go. Let's see if anybody cares. Let's go down to the loan time frame and see what's going on. That looks corrective. Lots of overlap. Impulse correction. Looks very impulsive. So yeah, maybe we're getting W, X, Y, and this Y is A, B, C. But that C, if that is as long as the Y, so the W, so the A, the B, sorry, if that C is the same as the A, it is going to take us over here. But my stop is all the way up here, all the way there. So price came down and hit the bottom here. And so, look at that. My stop is right there, right in the nose. So we will see what happens. But it would be cool if I at least get filled on the live stream. That'd be pretty cool. So Rob, I will, if you guys are okay, cool doing it, we can go. Is there anything you want me to look at in particular on Ethereum? Because I haven't done, like, where's Ethereum? What's this? The daily. This is Binance. So I've done something. A very crude, basic wave count. Oh, I love this tune. I think I was having a conversation with somebody about whether, it might have been Shaman, whether this was an A, B, C or a WXY. Because this looks really beautifully, really nicely impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Although we've got a massive volume here. But where with Bitcoin, we've got an A, B, and this is all part of the C. What's interesting though is notice how Bitcoin came down lower than this point. Oops. Yeah, see how it came down? It broke the market structure, came down lower. Whereas that isn't with what happened with Ethereum. And that's because around this time, I think it was around like this time, Ethereum like moved over, became proof of stake, right? And I think it had an impact on people's confidence, the fundamentals of Ethereum. And so it's interesting how it didn't follow Bitcoin, it didn't break this market structure. So therefore, this is going to follow a different wave count. You know, like if I think we couldn't make this into an A. If this was an A and a B, you could say that that's it. Like the Ethereum bull run stopped there. But I mean, maybe that's it. I haven't looked at it. I haven't spent a lot of time like looking at it. So, Rob, have you got something specific you want me to look at? Because it's kind of hard to look at. It's hard to do analysis if you haven't done the legwork. You know, you haven't put the work in. Because if this is a WXY, like this, I think this wave count is, I think it's an A, and it's like a, you know, looking for that B, and then a C impulse down. I think that's what this one was. What squeeze that? That'd be primary, so that would make this intermediate. But it would mean a very little C. I mean, for it to be a huge C, I mean, you can what's Ethereum going to do? Go down here? I mean, that'd be pretty nuts. And it would make the Y kind of unusually large compared to the W. So I wonder if Ethereum's bull run actually completed. I wonder. Let's do some market geometry. Look at that. Look at that. Have I ever told you that I really like market geometry? And look at that. Let's see if we could have. Let's see if this would have offered us an entry. Look at that. One touch. That's it. Yeah, it never gave us an entry. On a lower time frame, it might have done, like on the 4 hour. Let's say. Let's go into the 4 hour. See if it offers us an entry. Yes. No, it doesn't. Look at that. That's a massive cock tease. Look at that. And look, this might happen to us with Bitcoin if I'm right? We get the touch and that's it. That's it. You don't get it. That's the game. You know, what can you do? What can you do? Now, as it came up here and then failed to come closer and kept creating lower lows, you could have created a sliding parallel here, and then that would have given you your next entry. So yeah, that would have been the entry there. Yeah. So that would have been a really nice entry there. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh man, beautiful. All the way down there. That would have been amazing. And then the stop loss. Let's have a look. If you're going for lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So I think the stop loss would be kind of up here. Yeah. So if you entered there, the stop loss probably be about there. Yeah, about there maybe. Give it like a little bit of room to breathe. And then at the time you'd be thinking like sort of down here, and that's like a 9-to-1, but obviously it ends up all the way. And you know, when it gets to, you don't want to ever like set the profit right here. You'd want to set it like 10% away, like the distance. So if this is 100%, right, that like whatever 90% is, so about there probably. So that's kind of where the you would have taken the profits, and that's like what is that? It's a 62.85% gain, a 12-to-1 reward ratio. So that's how that would have played out. Sorry, I know this is not what you were asking for, Rob, but I'm just kind of showing you how that would have played out. But very, very nice market geometry there. Let's see if this frequency continues to help us. Not really. 1 second. Let me just make sure I've got no yeah, I've got Skype and Telegram and WhatsApp. Let's get everything closed. All right. Let's see if this geometry continues. Oops. I mean, maybe, but it's not really giving us much. Let's add a because this is a correction. Let's add a shift. But by the way, if I was doing a proper analysis, let's go back to daily. If I was doing a proper analysis, I would start off with the Elliott wave. I would that's the foundations, But that would take a long time to do the entire wave count of this. Where's my bloody music gone? There we go. Look at that. God damn. Energy point much? God damn it. I have told you that I like market structure, right? I have told you. I think I've mentioned it once. Yeah, so after this point, look at that, straight through that energy point there as well. And then finds resistance in the upper parallel, resistance again, breaks through. Let's see if this geometry is helping us out. Look at that, straight to the first warning line. That's where it finds its resistance. So that I would extend that forward and then look to that as a... So the green one isn't really helping us anymore, so I would actually just pull this one back, personally, because it's only as useful as it, until it's not useful anymore, until price, it kind of like... Price was responding to this geometry, the trajectory of this frequency, and then the modified shift takes over, passes the baton. Rob, are you enjoying this? Because I'm not, I haven't done much yet. Like the first thing I would do is I'd want to work out, is this an ABC? Is it a WXY? Is this the end of the Ethereum cycle? Has the... That dog I just heard. Yeah, there's a dog somewhere. Has the Ethereum... has the next bull run started for Ethereum? I mean... the thing is though, look at this. That's... This is a correction. Well, actually, no, saying that, look at this. One, two, three, four, five. Interesting. So that could be a leading diagonal. And then ABC. Let's look at the volume. Or it's just a correction. 1, 2. I think that's a correction. So ABC, and then the volume here. I mean, it's tricky, man, because this could be could easily be a correction. It would need more investigating. Or, oh no, I just had a hypothesis. The whole thing's leading diagonal. That would actually make more sense, because the leading diagonal could be corrective in its structure, so that would explain the corrective structure quite nicely. I like that. And then we've got a corrective structure. Let's make that nice, clear corrective structure. Correction. So is that the wave 1 and wave 2? Well, if that's the case, we would create a base channel. Let's label that first. So if that is, in fact, hang on a second. I've got this as a WXY. That means this would have to be a Y. Sorry, pardon me. I'd have to go all into here and dig in and look at that to find out whether that's an ABC or a WXY. But you know what, either way, that's for now, it's just like whatever. Sorry, a second. All right. So if this is a 1 and 2, then it would be primary. Wait, would it be primary degree? No, it'd be lower than primary. It'd be intermediate, I believe. Yeah, be intermediate. Who follows any other kind of I call them wave counters, any other Elliott principle people? What are they saying about Ethereum? I haven't been looking at it. Wave 1. What's lower? I think that's it. Wait. Yeah, I think that's a failed 5th right there. And then after the races, 3, 4, 5, etc. So that would all come later. You guys are being awfully quiet. Okay, well then we would create a base channel, but the base channel is the same thing as a modified shift, so let's just create a modified shift. There we go. Let's color this one a nice bearish red, and this one a nice impulsive green. Get rid of the warning lines. And that's our base channel. And look how price is responding to it, right? And this is something you don't see with a base channel typically. Although you can, let's go back to the daily. You can obviously have a medium line rather than a median line, like a halfway point with your channel, right? Like the halfway point, which is like your median line in a base channel. Median line in a modified shift, sorry. So this is interesting. Shirley's still here, taking it all in. Yeah, it is interesting because for price to break down below here, I mean, it's got to fall a lot. It's got to lose half its value. It's got to lose like 50% of its value. More than 50% of its value to to break the rule, right? Because if it breaks down impulsively, then you could argue we've got maybe like a flat correction or a WXY, and as long as the 2 doesn't come down below here, then it still wouldn't upset the idea that that this is the beginning of Ethereum's bull run. It's interesting. And the alternative is that it's closer to Bitcoin, where the second wave is still over here. This is like a fourth wave, similar to what we've got with Bitcoin. Or it could be something different. If this is a W and this is an X, this could be an A and a B. We've got another C to come, or a WXY. I haven't looked at these. So this is whether an X correction or a B correction. Regardless, still a correction. But it isn't doing what Bitcoin's doing. So let's go back to Bitcoin and see what it's doing. Oops, wrong button. Let's go right into the weeds. Let's go even deeper. No, not that deep. 5 minutes. Actually, yeah, keep these. But again, we might not see how this unfolds until next weekend. Sorry, until the weekend, and you won't hear from me about it. Obviously, well, you'll hear from me in the network. Definitely you'll hear from me in the network, but you won't hear from me like this until Monday. So yeah, I've told you what I've done, what I'm doing, and I've told you why I've done it. And so now it's just a waiting game. Are there any questions about this particular setup? Let's go back to Ethereum. Yeah. I would have created a phase shift sliding parallel. yeah, I feel like I've got nothing else to add today. We could go really deep into Ethereum, but we've only got another like half an hour left of the show. And to really, create a full wave count, it would take more than that. And when I bring Shaman on here, he actually focuses on Ethereum quite a lot, and he's got like a full worked out Ethereum wave count. So it would be best to wait for then, and then we've got a base to work from. Rather than me doing it from scratch, we've already got a base. I can just copy what the parts of Shaman's one that I agree with, and the ones where there's uncertainty or contention, we can debate and talk about it. But to start from scratch, we haven't got time to do the whole thing. But what I have done so far, it's interesting. I'm liking the market geometry. Very, very interesting market geometry. I was fucking around with the Forex. Just kind of went into Canada versus USD, just playing around with geometry. That's it. I wasn't doing any wave counts. I was just playing around with the geometry. And just finding some really interesting things. Obviously, we can't go back too far. As you guys know, I'm a bit of a Bitcoin maximalist when it comes to trading and analysis, but definitely in the future, that is going to expand, and especially when all of this stuff ends up inside the cryptocurrency space. So you'll be able to trade derivatives of you can already trade derivatives of some cryptocurrency stablecoins, but at the moment the only real liquid ones are the the USDT. But once you can trade like a Euro Canada sort of a stablecoin against USDT with great liquidity, then you've got your Forex right there. And once I suppose you would need the sort of regulatory framework to have stock trading. There is already like Gold and Tether, who produces USDT, the stablecoin. They do have a gold token as well, but it's not very liquid and it's still kind of very new. But I see the future like that. I see in the future where you don't need a broker, right, to be buying stocks and commodities and things. You can directly buy tokens. They're yours. They're in your wallet, if you want. But those tokens are derivatives, right? And this is kind of why I'm so interested, so passionate about what is possible to create in this King Silver ecosystem that we are striving to create, because the possibilities just really exciting. The idea of tokenizing all value. And the reason why tokenization is so exciting is because these tokens exist on a distributed ledger. They exist on a blockchain, and they are yours. Nobody can take them away from you unless they can beat your private key out of you, right? They're yours. And this is the whole thing. It's like the movement towards sovereignty, right? Value sovereignty, money sovereignty. The direction or the ambitions of Web3, it will be data sovereignty. So rather than you giving your data away to other companies who are doing all kinds of things with it, it's your data, your Bitcoin, your cryptocurrency. So once there is the technology and the regulatory frameworks, so that imagine having in your portfolio, you've got some Bitcoin, you've got some Ethereum, you also got a bit of Tesla, you've got some, whatever stocks that you want there. Rather than the stock, it is a token, it's a cryptocurrency that is, perhaps there is a bridge into, legacy exchanges or brokerages or whatever, where it can be exchanged, right? Like it can be redeemed for the real thing, and that's how that's how stablecoins work. That's how That's how a token backed by gold would work in the same kind of way. But this token can be transferred. Like, can you transfer your stocks to someone? Can you transfer your commodities to someone like that? Like, oh yeah, I'll send you some of my my Apple shares. Yeah. Right, I've sent you some Apple shares. I've sent you, yeah, there you go. I've sent you some Microsoft. Like, it's not quite that easy, is it? Where that's with the power of tokenization. It's, oh, dude, I forgot my money. I forgot my cash on me. Look, I'll send you some, I'll send you some Tesla, right? He's like, all right, okay, yeah, send me some Tesla. It's all good. Like, cool, there you go. I've just sent you some Tesla. Check it. Bing. You've now been rewarded with 200 Tesla shares. Yeah, you guys have been awfully quiet today. I feel like I'm talking to myself here. Oh, I'm done with the analysis. My brain's fried. Unless Bitcoin comes up and hits my short order. So yeah, I'm sort of done. We've got like another 25 minutes left. But I mean, I don't know. I'm knackered. I'm tired today. Shirley says it all sounds great. I'm going to start working on my ETH wave counts. Yeah, cool. And then when you do, post them in the network. All right, so we can all see them. I'm trying to think if I've got anything else to go on about with you guys. I don't think I have. Yeah, I'm knackered today. Do you know what? I'm knackered. It's probably because of that half glass of wine I had last night. And I was, so I went to bed at like 1, woke up at 7. So I'm feeling a little bit sleepy today. Are you guys like that? Can you drink even just like half a glass of wine? Well, no, I didn't know half a glass. I had half a bottle. Am I lightweight, or is that like, you know, half a bottle makes you feel a bit spacey the next day? Master J says I'm a bit sleepy today to chat along. Shirley's a complete a total lightweight. Yeah, I'm not a lightweight, but I mean, half a bottle, right? It's not nothing, and it wasn't. It was more than half a bottle. It was more than half a bottle, and then I went to bed at like 1, woke up at 7. So yeah, I'm a bit sleepy today. That's why I'm not drinking again tonight, because I'm drinking tomorrow night. I'm meeting somebody, so I don't want to be all sleepy, you know. Alcohol does reduce sleep quality, even if it makes you sleepy. Yes. Yeah. Marcus has not been drunk in years. Yeah, good for you. I wonder what other kind of music genres this thing has. Let's try this. Lo-fi hip-hop beats. I still feel like the mic's going to be too loud. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the mic down more, just a touch, so that when I listen to the recording, I can hear what I think. It's very relaxing, isn't it? Master J says the mic is louder when you're in TradingView. Really? The mic is louder when you're in TradingView, but in this view it's lower. Right, Master J, you're my sound engineer. Rob says, do you use decentralized exchanges or just centralized. At the moment, I'm using KuCoin, but my ambitions is to eventually be using decentralized exchanges. I think decentralized exchanges are the future. I just need the, I'll be honest, I'm just used to KuCoin, but I definitely want to look at DYDX. There's a couple of others I want to look at. It's a great question. I would love to end up using a decentralized exchange. DYDX is one I'm looking at. In fact, that might be an interesting stream. We could like jump onto DYDX, check it out, right, and test it out on live on stream. Okay, thanks for pointing that out, Master J. Huh. Okay, so Gary says I'm liking KuCoin more and more as I use it. Yeah, I really like KuCoin. Okay. And then if I go into, so this is the volume, blah 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 blah. So that's the thing. The way that I've got the audio set up is what I hear in the headphones isn't actually coming from the computer. It's coming directly from my mixing desk thing over here, and that's why there's no delay. I hear exactly what like real time, because the delay is confusing. So I can't hear what you can hear. But did the volume just go up there? So go back, like volume, la 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 la. Is it quieter now? And now is it louder now? It's noticeably louder. Huh. That is interesting. Let's have a look at these settings. Up again 12. This is what it sounds like when I'm singing. Yeah, I don't know why it would do that. Why would it do that? This is nice, isn't it? Nice, chill, relaxing music. Why would it be louder in Trading View? Makes no sense. Okay, we're back to the stream being about me solving technical problems. Maybe that's what I heard when I was listening back. It might have sounded okay, and then on Trading View it was like noticeably like too loud. Okay, so I can't work it out. All the settings are the same. Chris says, what's your opinion on leverage tokens, etc. versus perp contracts? I've never used leverage tokens before. But if they do the same thing that leverage tokens would do for you, then go for it. I'm glad all these novel things are are being created. It's really, really cool. But I'm not interested. I like to have complete control, and if a leverage token is like 3 times leverage or something like that, like I don't see why I would use it rather than the perpetual contracts, because the perpetual contracts I have complete control on KuCoin. Exactly what the leverage I want to use, if I want to use leverage at all. And so I don't know why I would want to use them instead of the perpetual contracts. Yeah, apologies about me going into technical problem solving mode, but I just want to bloody work out why this won't work. Well, it's working, but I mean, it's for some reason. $6.50. I have no idea. I have no idea why it would do that. Master J, you're the sound engineer, so it's noticeably louder in this view. What about if I switch to this view here? Does the volume change when I'm in this view? Does the volume change when I'm in this view? Does the volume change when I'm in this view? Does the volume change when I'm in this view? Does the volume change when I'm in this view? Does the volume change when I'm in this view? And does the volume change when I'm in this view? That's all the views. All of the views. The decentralized graphic view is also lower. Like all of the graphic views, like all of these, this one. Well, I always stop talking when I go to that one, but these ones. But then what about the screens? The screens, are they different? Blah, blah, blah. So back to the screen. So back to the graphic thing. And then the left screen is over here. My right screen is over there. That's the music thing. And then the MacBook Pro's over here. And then, boom, my face. The screens are also high volume. God damn it. Why would the screens be louder? Okay. I'm going to fix this right now. Right now. Okay, well, before I do that, so the graphics and face view are lower, all the others are louder. Oh, got it. So this and the graphics are just right, and it's just the screens. This one, and this one, right? Everything else. This is good. I have no explanation why that would be the case. It's the same mic. If anyone knows how to use OBS, it's the same thing. In fact, I could literally show you guys. Where is it? Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. Right, that's what I'm looking at. This is my OBS software. So all of this stuff here, these are all the things, the mic, the display, whatever. And this USB mic has all of the exact same settings. It's the same thing. It's the same mic in each scene. So I'll get rid of that now because that's kind of confusing. Boom. Okay. Letting you guys in under the hood. Tony's got to shoot. What are you trying? What? This isn't entertaining for you? Me trying to fix my technical stuff. Let's just consider this stream ended now. And for those of you who want to hang out over the next 5 minutes while I solve this, you just have nothing else to do. Just nothing else to do. But it's finished. This is finished. I just want to fix this. Like, I don't want to go through the weekend thinking about this. I want to have it fixed for Monday. And there's a workaround I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to copy that. Copy filters. And then, okay, so it's louder on the here. Okay, so I'm going to mute the microphone quickly. You're not going to be able to hear me for 1 second. Okay. And now, can you hear me first of all? The volume should be no different. I haven't changed anything. Echo. Echo, echo. How about now? How about now? Is there an echo now? Still okay. Oh shit, what have I done? Oh shit. Whoops. Hang on. Oh Jesus. Okay. Hang on, can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me right now? Huh. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You shouldn't be able to hear me. Okay, how about now? Okay, all of the mics were turned off. Maybe this is why it's louder. It's picking up a mic somewhere. Get to the bottom of it. Okay, now it's an echo. Oh, Jesus, okay. Okay, now there shouldn't be an echo. It should be back to the way it was before. Right? Back to normal. Normal, okay. Right, we're getting somewhere because I turned all the mics off and you guys said you could hear me faintly, which means... Oh, do you know what? This is coming from the Mac. I wonder if my Mac mic is picking this up somehow. Let's have a look. You guys are like detectives. it makes sense that it would be picking up the audio from here as well, actually. Well, a quick test. So if now there should be, if there's extra audio coming from that, if there's extra audio being picked up from that, and that's what's making me louder, then I should have just gotten quieter. Like talking, turn this back on, talking, now it's off, talking. Does the volume change when I do that? Same loudness. Okay, sound engineer, so it can't be that then. Man. Okay, well, we troubleshooted that. Camera. Could audio be coming from the camera? But then the camera is in every single scene. Well, apart from these ones. But you said these ones are the same volume as these ones, and that's obviously the camera. And the camera's still in these. Although ooh. I think I've fucking worked it out. I've worked it out. Oh, that's so satisfying. Oh, the satisfaction I'm feeling right now is amazing. Oh, okay. In here, you see this? Oh no, you can't see it. So the bottom left, right? This I'm in the corner. This isn't This isn't the camera, the source, right? The camera source. This is taken from a scene, and this is the scene. It's taken from this scene, and I've kind of, and the reason why I've done it that way is so that, like, this effect of the camera zooming in like this, right? That's an effect that's placed on the scene rather than the source of the camera. So what's happening is the audio from this scene, the mic in this scene, the mic is coming in to here, right? And that's where the echo is coming from, and that's why this is louder. So okay, well, I think a quick test. How can we? Okay, so if I mute the microphone in here, and then come in here, the volume should now be the same as if I'm here. So unmuted, the volume should be the same now, blah, 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 as it is now. The volume should be the same. Master J said it's the same. Solved it. Master J says the audio quality in both cases is very good, which makes me doubt the camera Mac option. Yeah. It's not that. So if the volume is the same now, in fact, so the volume is the same now as it is if I go back to the camera now. So, okay, so what I'm going to do outside the stream is work out how I can switch scenes and then mute the microphone in the scene at the same time. I'll work that out. Wicked. We solved it. Nice one. Cheers, guys. We bloody solved it. That's so satisfying. That's so satisfying. All right, nice one. Let's wrap it up then. That's a great way to end it for me. So thank you for your help, and that was the last Essentialists of this week. Let's pop just back into Bitcoin. Yeah, price hasn't come back and hit that short order. King Silver technical stream. Yeah. Yeah, nice one. So, yeah, have a great weekend, guys. And I'll be talking to you in the network. I'm going to send an email out tomorrow. I meant to do it today. I'm going to send an email out tomorrow telling everyone that if they can't get access to the network, they've got to clear their cookies. But yeah, I'll be talking to you in the network. Working hard all through the weekend. I don't have a weekend, so I'm just going to be working hard through the weekend. I'll have a slow Saturday, but then working hard on Sunday. But yeah, have a great weekend, and I'll be back on Monday. And it'll be interesting because by Monday, and you'll see me kind of comment about this on the stream, in the network, I'm sure, but we'll see what happens with this particular trade. And there's no hoping, there's no wishing. It's like what will happen will happen. It's outside of our control. And this, I think, is given the kind of trade setups that I'm looking for, it has a great reward to risk ratio, and it's showing a lot of great things. And sometimes trading is just about pulling the trigger. And like I said, you will be a fantastic, profitable trader if you're only right a quarter of the time, if you're only making trades where the reward to risk ratio is like 10 to 1. Now, I'm not saying those are the only trades you should be making. It's totally up to you. You know, it's totally fine to be doing trades that are 3 to 1. I know there's some traders out there that like doing 2 to 1. It's not my style. It's also not what I teach. But this one in particular is a corner trade of a really big swing, and gives us a really, really big profit target, and it allows us to have a slightly bigger stop as well. And if it plays out, it's a nice 10 to 1 reward to risk ratio, and that means that you could keep having. I'm not obviously ideally you'd keep getting these right 100% of the time, but look, no one knows what's going to happen. All we can do is stack the odds in our favor, and then take the shots. So that's my last little bit of advice. Have a great weekend. Good luck for anyone who's out there in the markets. And I will see you guys on Monday. Take care, guys.
Do I exist because I can't stop feeling? Feelings are action, and like all mortal action, they are doomed to failure.